Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Events with T. Tonight I'm heading out to a film festival at the Dolby, New York. It's a film festival supporting local independent filmmakers, and someone's gonna win a prize tonight. Cash prize. So yeah, let's go. Okay, got dressed, ready to go. It's cold outside. It's like 30 degrees, but we're going out. So about a 20-minute commute to the city. Manhattan. I brought my favorite candies to give me energy. And we'll see what happens. We're almost there.
This is a Manhattan-bound 5 local train. The next stop is Winthrop Street.
Gabby's talking like,
Gabby, I'm not Gabby. I'm Abby.
So, slight change in direction. Today is Monday, November 11th. I actually did not make it out to the screening on Saturday. It's 11/11. This is an audio recording that you're listening to, that I'm recording now, just to explain what happened to me, because I think in explaining to you guys what actually happened might actually provide better insight than what the vlog was going to cover. I hate the feeling of dragging my feet when I'm working in something that is passionate to me, like film creating, putting out content on my blog, etc., etc., etc. I wasn't under any contractual agreement, so it was up to me if I wanted to go or not. So since I've been in therapy for mental health and things like that, I'm always never trying to ignore my wellness, how I actually feel about things. Even though it's like sometimes you have to bury those emotions just to get the job done, which is what I'm pretty good at. It's how I've been surviving the last, 10 years, 15 years of my life. But like I said, using the tools that I got in my toolbox, I'm mentally telling myself, like, you're going, but you know that you don't really want to go, which I thought was what I was supposed to do, like the healthy thing to do. So I did one of those, you look in the mirror, you just tell yourself, like, listen, you're a boss, you got this. You said you wanted to do this, it's just you, just go. Got myself out of the mood that I was just in, despite how I was feeling deep down inside. Went to take a shot of rum, that was the only thing in my house, and I proceeded to record the vlog, the parts that you guys just watched. After you get yourself together, you're already in the mood. That's why they tell you, like, if you're going through a depressive time, just get dressed, put makeup on your face, put on an outfit that makes you feel confident. Even if you got nowhere to be, nowhere to go, walk around your block, go to the store. Just being outside and being in the universe with that confidence on you is like a shield almost. It definitely helps you to build yourself back up and provide yourself that mental prep that you need to just get back to wherever you are in your life. This is New York City, and the subways can change at any given moment. One of the trains was just basically not running anymore for whatever reason. So I'm like, okay, so now I have to go to 2 stations instead of just the one, which I thought. So I'm like, all right, crap. So I sent a message to the person that was my contact, and I'm like, hey, I'm running late. I'm definitely still on my way, but Saturday train, they canceled one of the trains. The person responded back, no worries, you're making good time. Do you have an ETA? It's like from the moment I heard, there's ETA, someone asking me what my estimated time of arrival would be. I went right back into the mood that I had for the majority of the day. Specifically to a conversation, a FaceTime conversation that I had with my husband. We were just catching up with each other. It was a very short conversation. But at the end, he said, babe, by the way, don't go outside today. It's mad cold. It's kind of amazing when you really stop to analyze and think about it, how our brain makes space for negative thought processes to fill up when we plant the seed of negativity from the get-go. As you guys can see from the video ends with me leaving the subway station. So I'm building up to that part of the story. I've made it to the train platform, got there, put on my playlist, the one that plays through the train, even if the train is going in and out of signal. It's like, you keep yourself on that upwards energy so that when you get wherever you need to go, despite however you feel, you've already kind of built up this suit of armor. It's the second time I'm using armor in this little spiel that I'm saying. So that you can prepare yourself, and not prepare yourself, defend yourself against any other thing that can come around you to blow your shit even more, basically what I'm trying to say. Protect it. So I'm well on my commute. Everything seems, I got to the first station, okay, I'm in Atlantic, I transferred to the N train, I'm heading towards Uptown, I'm going to 57th Street. So around 14th Street-ish, you feel the train like slowing down. Like I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, all right, it should be going way faster. Even though it's going local, there's not that many stops that on Broadway that train makes to begin with. So I'm like, okay, we get to the next station, same thing. So as we're getting closer to my stop, 57th Street, it's just like people are looking around like, yo, what's going on? It's not just me. Other people are like, yeah, what's going on the train? So I removed one of my headphones. So I'm like, I can hear the conductor announcements if they're going to say some shit happened to the train. Because again, Saturday night, I'm like, whatever, like it is what it is. I'm at that point now where you just keep going, you push yourself, and just everything now is like, it is what it is. As we're approaching 42nd Street, Times Square, the conductor says, so there's a train that's stuck on the platform at 42nd Street, and that's what's been holding up the train because they have to slow down. Obviously, other trains coming behind if there's a train stuck on the train, on the line. So the driver, the train driver, I guess that we were on, was able to I guess they can push up one train like on the track or whatever it is so that they can make space. So of course I was thinking to myself, like, what in the hell is happening? You didn't even really want to be out here. You're like halfway physically prepared to be on camera, but you're here. You're 98% there, and now all of this. Like that's never happened to me on the train in my whole life riding the train. It's happened to other people. It happens, but it didn't happen to me. And I'm like, I'm with all this equipment. My vlog camera, my regular camera, my tripod, I even had like a recorder just to record the interviews portions depending on their setup, all this stuff. And I'm just like standing now stranded on 40th and 6th Avenue, 7th Avenue. So I call the contact and I tell him the situation, like my train was stalled because it's stuck behind this R train. I didn't have a signal really to send the text, like the messages weren't going through. Now I'm here. So he basically was like, okay, so like, are you gonna come? Like now it's on me. And I wanted to say at that point, like, hey, I think I'm just gonna turn back and go. But I wasn't even thinking like, can I even get back to Brooklyn at this point with the trains? Should I just try to Uber it or cab it? But I just wanted to like touch base so he can hear like I'm in the city, I'm on my way, I've been trying to make it, And I also wanted to know like what the event was giving, if they had already kind of started, because I missed the interview portion now. Did they start screening the movies? Like, am I even going to get to do what I plan to do? I ended up just saying to him, like, you know what? I'm going to just try to take an Uber. It's not that far. I'm on 40th. I need to get to 57. At least I'm on the right side of Manhattan. I'll just try to make it, He was like, all right, cool. Of course, Saturday night, you're in the theater district. Everything is surging. It was a $35 Uber to go the 17 blocks. $35. That's how much they charged me to go from my house to the airport. It's not 17 blocks. So that's the point in my head where I tap out and I'm like, all right, I'm no longer going to this event, but I'm already in Manhattan. Let me just walk up. I can tell my contact to come outside and be like, hey, I owe you, or I wasn't going to go in there because all the little preparation I tried to do despite how I was feeling is completely gone now. I'm just like, whatever. But I'm still in Manhattan. It's the holiday time coming up. I love Midtown. I love the lights and everything. So I'm like, you know what? Walk. See if you get past the Times Square area. See how you feel. You might still want to just go up there. You never know, Tahyira. You've done worse things. And as I'm walking around the city, and this is kind of happened before when I was on the train was like getting stuck and slowing down. I just started paying attention. I told you guys I'm playing a playlist that I play all the time. I know all the songs up there. So it kind of plays sometimes. And even though the playlist is playing in different orders, I'm not like I'm not paying attention to the music. I'm actually paying attention to the things going on around me. The music is literally playing as a background, and I'm like watching couples. There were tons of couples, gay couples, straight couples, all kinds of couples, like interracial, just, you know what I mean? I love seeing people on the train. That's one of the best things I like about like living in big cities. You get to see like how other people just live. Like you just be people watching, that's like a really plus benefit, especially riding the subway and, like people are just out there. So that's what I was doing. I was just getting inspired for like all these different stories and characters that I had already had in my mind. And I'm like, oh my God, they fit the characters that I was kind of talking. So now like I have a visual, like when I go back to now write this story, I'm like, okay, I remember that couple on the train. He had on like a little man bun. She had like this cute little scarf on, like, like they have the vibe that I'm trying to bring to life. As I'm continually walking through Times Square, it's the same thing. I'm seeing families, little kids, people who traveled here. You can hear their accents. A lot of them have like this Midwestern drawl where you don't normally hear in New York City. I'm just like thinking like, oh, Texas or Louisiana, or I'm not good at matching American accents to where they're from, unless you're from a place where I'm from. But you could just hear it, you know, it's all American, just different. And I'm like, wow, like I haven't done this in a long time. Like just by myself, not posting on Snap. I wasn't making any stories. I'm telling the story right now because I haven't told it before. So yeah, and I started feeling really good. Still not good in the way I'm like, oh, I want to go and meet people, but good in the space that I was in that moment, you know? I found a really good ramen spot. It was Midtown. It wasn't even expensive. It was really good and being less than the amount of money than the Uber was costing. So I took that to be a good sign. I sent a message saying like, hey, you know, I'm not even going to make it. My phone started kind of dying at that point too. Another reason why I wasn't posting on my social media stories. But just taking time out, looking at people, having people look at you. I feel like that was another thing too. When I was at dinner, you know, I had my phone on because I was like reading Twitter here and there. Because sometimes I just get bored. Like, all right, I'm sitting here. Twitter, open it. But for the most part, I wasn't really engaging in anything. I was just trying to take in the environment. These two older ladies sat next to me. I listened to the books that they were sharing and what they were talking about. They were two white women, and I was up in Midtown, right? So it's a different pedigree of people that I'm interacting with and I'm seeing. A bunch of other people that were like on dates and stuff. I'm talking now about the restaurant that I was specifically sitting in. Two people passed me. They was like, oh my God, I love your jacket. I had on my grandma's like older coat or whatever. Because again, Saturday night, New York City, we got to do it up a little bit. So yeah. And I just realized today, while I'm recording this, is that we miss so much when we're not just engaging with the human souls that are literally around us, like looking at the person next to you. You know, like I spend a lot of time on my phone, out into the world on my phone, like making videos. And yeah, sometimes I pick up the stuff around me, but for the most part, I'm not, because I'm talking about something that I'm sharing with my audience or whatever it is, something that I learned. Or I'm consuming something that a person that I follow has shared or whatever. I'm just paying attention and engaging within the confines of my phone. When there's an entire world around us, you know, and sometimes you're forced to slow down and recognize that. And I feel like that's what my whole Saturday night was about. I thought that I would have to scrap the entire vlog, but this is something that I've been wanting to say for a long time. And now I trained myself from a long time ago to learn how to be a person that goes with the flow. You have no control over a lot of things in your life. There's tons of things you have control over, but a lot of it you just don't. And when you adapt to go with the flow, you just live one with the universe, and you're still able to find meaningfulness in your life in moments where things are just going out of your control. I believe those are the people who are adverse. You're more adverse at survival. You know, it's not the strongest that survive or the fittest. It's those who are more adaptable to change. And this, my friend, is where I leave you. I hope you enjoyed this little mini journey. Took you through what happened to me last Saturday night. The next time something like this similar happens to you, you're able to pull some type of inspiration to help yourself and to help others. My name is Tahyira Savanna, and you're tuned into my YouTube channel. If you like this content and other things I have on my channel, make sure that you subscribe so you do not miss a single thing. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.